Hi there, and welcome back to the Imagine with Keira podcast. I am Keira Bixler, and today I will be interviewing something a little bit differently. I'll be interviewing two people. One of these people I've met before, twice now actually, and the other one I've never met before, but I am very excited to talk with her a little bit today as well. They are local title holders. One is from Texas, my friend Sophia, and the other one, Kaitlyn, is from Oklahoma, and they have started something called Sisterhood Across State Lines, or Sisters Across State Lines, I believe. And it's focused on the Miss America organization and the sisterhood there. And so I'll be talking with them about that today, as well as their journey in the Miss America opportunity. So I'm very excited to hear their story, how they met, the whole shebang, and I will catch y'all when they hop on. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Imagine with Keira podcast. Today we are doing something a little bit different, and I have two guests, and so I'd love to have them introduce themselves.
Sophia, do you want to go first? Okay. I was about to ask you that. Hello, everyone. I am Sophia Haddad. I am Miss South Lakes Teen 2024, and I am one of the co-founders of Sisterhood Across States, along with Kaitlyn.
Yes, Sophia. Hi, everybody. I am Kaitlyn Reber. I'm Miss Broken Arrows Teen 2024. I am from Oklahoma, and I'm also one of the co-founders of Sisterhood Across States.
Love it. I'm so glad you could both join me today. I think are we all seniors too?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior?
Yeah.
For some reason I thought you were a senior. You're younger than us? What?
Well, I've gotten junior in college before in appearance, so I've gotten everything.
Sophia's just that girl, always. She is always living up to standards.
So
well, you guys are awesome, and I cannot wait to get into these questions. So first off, I want to know how you both got started in the Miss America opportunity. What was that journey like for you?
I'll let Kaitlyn take this one since I went first last time.
Okay, so I grew up dancing. I actually just finished my last dance event of my high school career. I just came home from Palm Nationals. So I have loved dancing my entire life. It's such a special part of who I am. It is my talent. So I actually knew everybody knows, and if you don't, bless your heart, what Miss America is. You grow up watching it on TV. But then I knew people from my dance studio that were competing in Miss, and I remember my very first local I ever went to, I went and watched her compete, and it was such a cool experience. I was like, oh yes, I'm doing this thing. It's going to be so fun. I was, I think, 12 years old whenever I went to go see that, right? COVID, the next year, COVID shut everything down, and I was figuring out life in the dance world. That changed the whole environment. So I was like, okay, we'll put it on the back burner. Now fast forward to about my transition of freshman to sophomore year that summer, and I was like, okay, we're doing this thing. It is time. So long story short, I won my first local title that year. It took a couple tries. I'm not one of those girls who just went in and got it. So encouragement for anyone who goes through that to keep pushing through. I won my first title was Miss EOC Middale's Outstanding Teen, and then that year, one of my best friends to this day, Bella Brown, she won Miss Oklahoma's Outstanding Teen. And then the next year, I won Brookside's Outstanding Teen, and my sister queen was actually Aubrey. So that was super fun. I got to do that year with her, and then I got to see her win. It was such a cool experience. She's been doing an amazing job. But yeah, now I'm in my final year in teen, and I am Broken Arrows Teen 2024, and it has just been such a rewarding experience. By far, one of my favorite experiences of high school.
That's so cool. How about you, Sophia?
Okay, so I feel like I have a kind of weird story. I actually found it because I was on Instagram. I'd just go on Instagram for our family small business. So I'm looking, and I was following a lot of local businesses and stuff like that. And I looked up the hashtag for the city we lived in. And I happened to see a title holder who has now aged out of the system, but she had been posting about being in the community. And I was like, what is this? Miss America, what are these appearances? So I've always been someone who really likes being in the community, going to events. I'm very social for a homeschooler. So I was like, okay, this looks really nice. So I did my first local, and I want to say 2021, and I did 2 that year and first runner-up at both. And so I kind of took a step back. I was like, okay, let's see what we're kind of dealing with here, getting used to competing. And I came back the next year and won Miss Frisco's team, and then went to Miss Texas teen, and now we are back this year as South Lake. But it has definitely been kind of a wild ride for me, just not like competing my first year, not winning, and then taking that time to regroup and see what I needed to learn to become a title holder. But yeah, Instagram was the way I found Miss America. So definitely not the most conventional.
That's so cool. Well, I love hearing everybody's stories because everybody had a unique experience on how they found this community here. So that's so cool. And I think then we're all on year 3 doing this at some level, which is cool as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see.
Sophia has still been involved. She's still been putting in that work for 3 years.
I was here. I was on the stage. I had my little first runner. I still have all like my first runner up like rewards because I was like, that was massive for me at the time because I really thought like you just go this local and you win or like you don't get anything. So like getting first runner up was like really that boost to be like, okay, I can do this. I could actually do something with this. And of course, like I watched Miss America growing up, but you only focus on the winner, I feel like. So it gives you that perspective to be like, okay, everyone on that stage deserves something.
Absolutely. And it's about the growth.
Yeah, that is such a win for you, Sophia, because let me tell you, I look back and everybody who was there knows, everyone knows what my first local was. If you were at Oklahoma State Fair, Bricktown that year, you remember the little redhead. And bless it, the only thing I did well was dance. And, you know, we thank God for that.
Oh my gosh.
This is awesome. Okay, I want to hear about both of your service initiatives, what that journey's been like.
Yeah.
Okay, you go first this time, Sophia.
Okay, we're just going to keep switching off. I think that's what we're going to do.
Off.
So my CSI is called Connecting to Community, and it's really just about keeping yourself safe online, specifically for teenagers, you know, putting in those positive boundaries to protect yourself, and then also using the online platform that you're given to build up your IRL communities, as we say, or in real life. And the goal with that is one of the reasons I've done South Lake Saturdays and Frisco Fridays last year, just to kind of show my community that I'm leading by example and that I'm having these small businesses, I'm in my community and hoping others will do the same.
I love it.
A round of applause to her. Literally amazing. Amazing. I love that.
So sweet.
I'm obsessed. I literally found, well, I'm sure we'll get to it, but we literally connected on social media. So it's super cool. But my social impact initiative is Fill Your Cup. And CUP stands for 3 things: connection, getting up and getting active, and ultimately finding your purpose. The big meaning behind my whole service initiative is, where are you finding joy and contentment in life? As someone who has struggled so deeply with anxiety and depression, and even my sophomore year, I experienced deep suicidal thoughts. I knew that I had worth and I had purpose, but it was the journey of figuring out how to get there. And then additionally, I've been in public school and I've been online. I've been homeschooled. I've kind of done all of it. And in every area of my life, I've seen people, and especially peers, that are struggling and that they feel alone. So I've just completely dedicated my life to giving people an outlet to find purpose. So whenever I started Fill Your Cup, a lot of it was like introductional videos. It was talking about how to find a community, where and in what ways can you get up and get active and ultimately find your purpose. And then I was blessed with the opportunity to start a podcast. So now I have Fill Your Cup podcast, you know, shameless plug, I guess.
On Spotify, go check it out, guys.
That has been so special because now I'm having people of all different walks of life share their own stories, because none of our stories are the same, but we all have such an important value in this world. So yeah, I mean, it's been really special.
That's so cool. Again, service initiatives are probably my favorite part of Miss America stuff, of course, besides the sisterhood, because it's like the one area where you can kind of do whatever you want. And it's so cool to see different people's passions come out and how they serve their community. So that's wonderful.
Definitely.
I love it. And then I know we talked a little bit about talent with you, but I want to hear from both of you how long you've been involved in your talent, what that is, what your favorite part about it is, whatever you want to share.
Well, I definitely jumped the gun on that one, but tell us something new. I'm always just spitting out little, I don't know, just pieces of, I don't know, talk. I'm just yapping all the time. But I danced since I was 3 years old. I was always a competitive dancer. So I have done all the competitive dancing, and I really thought that I was going to be a professional dancer. Whenever I was 12 or 13 years old, I got a callback for The Music Man on Broadway, which was a super cool experience. I went, and it was the one with Hugh Jackman and Sutton Foster, and I got to audition in New York City. Super cool experience. I had initially gone for a child role, and then they just put me in there with all the fabulous experienced adults. So I did not make it past that round, and that is a-okay. That was the Lord kind of leading me on my way to what I would really do in my life. But yeah, after that, dance has been an interesting relationship, because in some ways I've found it as like my joy and how I emote, and then other times it's, if to be completely honest, it's been exhausting. It's been a hard relationship, and I'm thankful that as a senior I can say that I'm stepping away with such a reverence to the dance and show community, and I'm still going to be a part of it, but yeah, I'll be doing something else. I'm not going to be a professional dancer anymore, but I'm really thankful for it.
Okay, that was beautiful. I don't know if I can follow that up. Also did not know Kaitlyn was almost on Broadway, so learned a new fact today. Really cool. It's fine. So for me, I kind of talk about my two sides of talent. So I have done ballet and piano since I was about 3 years old. And it's funny because ballet was my personal choice. I was at Little Gym and I saw the ballerinas in the other room, and I like ran out of the class and told my mom, I was like, I have to do this. I don't know what those girls are doing in the pink tutus, but I need it. So I started ballet kind of on my own and wanting that, but my parents actually put me in piano because they both had the opportunity to learn and chose not to. So they really felt like it was something that'd be great for me. And so ballet was really one of my main passions for many years. But I have femoral anteversions. So that means my femurs, instead of facing forward, turn in a little bit. So I've struggled with a lot of different injuries throughout my dance career, and I went to a fine arts school. So you can imagine that was pretty hard, dancing every single day and not knowing what was wrong. So as I kind of went through a lot of healing processes with ballet and with dance, I found piano as just an outlet for myself and something that I've loved to do. And once I competed in the Miss America organization, I was coming off of about a 2-year injury. So when I wanted to compete, I was like, well, I can't dance, but piano is right there. And I had played piano for like recitals and like parent kind of showings, but never in front of a larger audience. So it has really just been able to push me and grow me in so many ways. And I think that's a lot of what the Miss America opportunity really is. So I played Bumble Boogie last year at State, and that was an incredibly challenging piece for me. If you know, like that song, it's very fast and it's kind of jazzy and upbeat. And so that was definitely nerve-wracking. If you watch my talent right before, my hands do shake a little, but I love that piece. Really excited for this year's and what we'll be bringing to State. But those are kind of my two talents. I always feel like I have to mention both. And I'm so sorry, my phone is ringing. We'll put that away.
It's popular. Everybody wants her. What can we say?
That's so cool.
I thought I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. It apparently overrided my ask, but it's okay.
Oh yeah, that happens to me all the time. I don't really understand, but I respect it. So, but yeah, that's again so cool. I had no idea that you grew up dancing, so finding out new things every day. And I actually, for those of the audience that don't know, I happened to be in Texas when Sophia was running for her now local title. So I've seen her perform her talent live, and it's amazing. So.
Thank you. You're very
She is incredible. Many talents.
You guys both are.
Stop.
And I think, like, if we're really
my life.
deep cut, I have like a subscription to Pageants Live because I love it. And so I think I've seen your talent too, Kaitlyn.
Oh gosh. I bring like a new talent to the table dance wise. I think every year we're just gonna start getting through all the styles by the end of this.
Well, you're so talented too.
Ballroom.
I was amazed. So talented, both of you. Amazing. Let's see. Okay, that reminded me when you brought up professional dance. What are your career goals for both of you?
Ooh. This is hard. So
go ahead, Sophia.
Okay, I don't know if we're switching. We're working here, guys.
No, yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. We're keeping with the rhythm.
So my end probably goal would be to go into something in the law field, possibly judge. I think I've been really interested in that more recently, but I've really been all over the place. I have, especially because of my CSI and a lot of the research I've done with that, I have a very deep interest in neuroscience in that field. But you don't really usually see a connection between that and law. So I've kind of had to explain that a few times, but I think there's just so much going on in the world that it's great to have those different types of degrees going into the law field. So that'd definitely be one of them. And I don't really know what else we're looking at right now, but definitely something law judge in that arena.
I'm literally gonna like fall on my knees whenever you are a judge one day, but also you have like this crazy degree in like neuro, whatever it is. Like she was talking to me about it. She was talking to me about it last night, and I was like, wow, I know that we're both smart, but like you're like actually a genius.
No, Kaitlyn is like the definition of sisterhood. If y'all notice the way she's just building me up after everything I say, she is the best, the best.
Oh, I love ya. I love you. So for me, I am going to the University of Oklahoma, Boomer Sooner, and I will be getting a degree in public relations. And it is something I'm super excited about. And I love the idea that comes with PR. If I say PR, I mean public relations. What's so special about it is it can go just about under any field, because no matter where you are in life, you're going to need community, you're going to need networking, a lot of the times public speaking, be able to communicate between people, work media and marketing. I like to say that it's like the girly fun side of like marketing and communications put together. And I just get to do the fun stuff while bypassing like the math and all that stuff it's not my strong point. So yeah, I'm super excited. I will potentially be going, after I get that degree, potentially be getting a master's in strategic communications, just because it's my love. Like if anyone sees Fill Your Cup, it is very social media heavy, and I spend a lot of time going out into like real world and doing stuff, but I find something so special about genuinely being able to connect with people online, because that is the world that we are going into. And it has just been so special to see like how my strengths in a PR world have actually come through with Fill Your Cup.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Miss America needs to hire Kaitlyn for PR. That's just what I'm hearing. Don't know about y'all, but
yeah, I feel like that's not talked about enough with the Miss America opportunity, how the opportunities we're having as local title holders are preparing us for our future careers. Truly, like in PR, even the 100%. People you're meeting that potentially might help you get internships and such, so you can become a judge someday. Like it's truly all about those opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. Oh, go ahead.
We're both just jumping the gun here. So my local director, actually, Danae Couch and Bryce Couch, both of them, they're in the law field. And so that's just been awesome for me to kind of get their knowledge and their expertise on that. And I think that kind of relies in the sisterhood that we're talking about. Of you can find these mentors throughout the Miss America opportunity that have so many different walks of life and come from them, that if you need help on something, I mean, I had a sister queen a few days ago help me through some stuff for the SATs in a few weeks. Like, you will find mentors in so many different fields who have so much knowledge and wisdom for you, no matter what it really is. So I think that's just a little special part, and having us connect with sisterhood has been really helpful in that.
Definitely.
100%. Everything she said, ditto. Literally.
Perfect. I agree. Let's see what else. I have like this list of questions here, so I have to keep looking. Let's see. How did you guys meet? I'm very curious.
It's actually a super fun story. So I guess we're on the social media topic right now, so that works out for us. I promise me and Sophia get out, and we have a whole other side of it. But she actually, correct me if I'm wrong, but she actually found me through one of my Fill Your Cup videos on social media. And she saw it, and I remember she commented, and I was like, something so sweet and like thoughtful. And then she followed the account, and I was like, Mom? I was like, oh my gosh, this girl from like another state just like commented and liked my stuff. Like, I'm feeling myself. This is working. And then I followed her back, and then we just continued to watch each other's journeys. And I know I can't speak for Sophia, but for me, I find something so special in her walk as a title holder and seeing how we bond, because obviously we are very different people. We have very different goals and aspirations in life, but we both have a really strong standard of having a mission and wanting to go for it no matter what. And just like a deep discipline and reverence for the people around us. And I think that that just connected us so much deeper. So I know that she was watching whenever I competed at state, and then I was watching for Texas, and then it just continued to grow after that. So I'm super thankful that she's found my stuff and the Lord put my video in her feed.
That's so
The
cool.
funniest part about the story is I was literally in the car and I'm scrolling. We had just come back from like getting food or something. And this was closer to like competition season. I remember I was scrolling through Insta and I saw her video and I was like, this is really cute. Like, what media company did this? And I showed my mom again and I was like, this is really cute. I'm going to follow her. And I'm like, I hope she follows back. Like, I hope it's one of those things. So to see the growth of just like one little social media interaction to like what we've been able to create, I think just speaks to the power of not only Miss America, but truly of social media. And something I just think is so sweet that I have to mention, when I competed for Miss Texas Teen, I think it was like the night of finals, I just made top 5, or it was around that time, Kaitlyn had texted me and just sent me like a little encouragement note. And y'all, I cried in my hotel room with my mother because I feel like if anyone has competed in the Miss America system, no matter what state, local level, but especially state week, you know how draining it can be. And it's so much fun. You're giving so much on stage and backstage with your sisters that once you get into that hotel room, you just kind of like, I have no energy. I need to take a breath. I need to go lay down. I need a nap. So for me, it was just you're finishing out those prelims. You're trying to get ready for finals. So to have that sweet note of encouragement from someone who we just kind of been like Instagram friends, and to see that what I was trying to do was shining through and that she recognized that, it literally made my world that night. I cried. I was so thankful. So, you know, it's just been amazing to see what we've been able to kind of grow and connect with through this opportunity.
So why am I gonna cry now? Oh my gosh, guys, the Miss America opportunity is so real and so good. Like,
Yes.
all of this, everything we're doing right now, just from reaching out to other people.
Yes, and now you guys are providing a platform for people to connect all over, and I love it. So I want to start
Genuine
talking
connection.
about that. Yes. Let's see. So why did Sisterhood Across State Lines? Am I saying that right? I want to make sure I have the right title. Is it
Sisterhood Across States.
Sisterhood
Yes.
Across States. Awesome. How
Our
did that
thing
get
is
started?
like sass, kind of cute.
I like it. Yeah, it's awesome. How did that get started?
I can take this one and we can
Yeah,
kind of
go
go
ahead.
back and forth again. So honestly, Kaitlyn had reached out to me one of the days we were just kind of chatting and was like, we need to do something. Like we have such similar missions, such similar goals and drives. I think we could do something together. And I was like, okay, let's see what we could do. So it was just about a month or two ago, we kind of were talking and kind of working through and workshopping what we wanted to do, because we have both had such incredible experiences with sisterhood in this organization. And I think we both knew that we wanted some way to kind of grow that and these genuine connections, because we hear so much of, oh my goodness, you know, your sister queens could be your bridesmaids one day. And we both have met those people through this organization that we could see those lifelong friendships and connections with. And so I think Sisterhood Across States, it was a very original idea, I will say. It was something that took a lot of work and time to create the logo and the posts and the branding, and truly just making it a inclusive yet original idea and mission behind it. So we really workshopped it for a lot of time before we decided to actually put it public and show it to people. And we have just been so blessed to see the response from it. It's been truly incredible.
That's so cool.
Amen. Yeah, she literally told the story so well. It really was, because obviously both me and Sophia have great intention behind the online world when it comes to the Miss America opportunity. So I was like, all right, I was like, okay, let's brainstorm a little, like, let's put our powers together. And I was thinking, I was like, maybe we can do a video together, because what's so special about Fill Your Cup is it really does encompass all the standards within the Miss America opportunity. So we're thinking connection, we're thinking sisterhood, we're thinking, you know, success, how to network to get there. And I was like, I really just want Sophia on here so people can see that like this is real. Because you hear a lot of people tell these stories, but it's like, what does that mean? You know? So I was like, okay, let's do this. And then we got on a phone call, and we were talking it out, and she was like, why don't we just like make a lot of videos? And I was like, okay, yeah, I see where you're going. And then we were like, why don't we just make an entire page for it? So like Sophia said, a lot of original content, putting a lot of thought behind it, but we put it out there. And we're so thankful of the feedback it's gotten. We've gotten a lot of traffic on the page, and we're seeing, I kid you not, guys, we're seeing people across the nation on this page getting involved, and it's literally just started. So, I mean, we're just super excited. And the main goal of it is to be a home base where other girls can connect with each other and support and lift up, because you will see state title holders all around, and you kind of, when you watch Miss America or Miss America Teen, you're like, okay, like I'm seeing all this plays out. But whenever you get to the bones of it, it really does come down to the people who volunteer, the local directors, the local title holders. And we just really wanted to support and uplift that in every way that we could.
I think even with Miss America and our amazing new CEO implementing sisterhood as the base of the crown, I think it's important, like your house is built on a firm foundation, right? And your crown is built on an amazing foundation of sisterhood. And we felt like if we're going to say that, if we're going to preach that as title holders, we have to make sure that it's genuine, it's authentic, and that we're also helping foster it. And so I think the intentional connections that are going to be made through Sisterhood Across States that we're already seeing, which has just been the most amazing part of it all, I think that is really just going to hopefully grow to so many more people. And we are, like Kaitlyn said, so thankful for all those that have supported it. Every comment, every like, every post to the story, we see it. And it is genuinely us responding to all of your DMs, all your comments, and we appreciate it.
That's so cool. I love all the work you guys are doing. And just a heads up, if it kicks us out of this Zoom, just hop right back on. Because I refuse to pay for like the Zoom premium thing.
So oh no, girl, we'll get right back on this meeting.
Sounds great. Well, I would love to hear what your favorite thing that you've done with Sisterhood Across States has been so far.
Okay, I was like, I can't remember which person went first last time. Okay, I'm thinking favorite thing that we've done. Oh my gosh, there's so much, and we have so many ideas. I think my favorite has to go back down to the root of why we started it, and it's creating these videos. What's so special, and if you go to our page, there's not a ton up yet. It's still, whenever I tell you this is fresh, so we're still working on it. But I love our videos because it is genuinely just me and Sophia talking, and we're talking from the viewpoint of course, everyone's been a rookie at some point, but there is something so special about a mentor and someone being like, listen, I've experienced this. I know how you're feeling. I know that some people like this way, some people like this way. This can be your inspiration and encouragement for whenever you get into those situations. So as someone who, me and Sophia literally will work on a script, we'll rehearse it together because we want what we put out there to be genuine and intentional. And seeing the feedback on that and being able to just genuinely encourage people without wanting something back, I think has to be my favorite part.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Kaitlyn hit the nail on the head there. I think one of my most recent favorite things that has truly happened that I've seen was just the responses to a lot of what we've put out there. I know something that I love doing is when I see a post that I love, I'm going to DM you, I'm going to comment. And to see the overwhelming and just the overflow of DMs that we got from local title holders, I would say within the first 24 hours of sharing the page and sharing our first few videos, of people being like, thank you for doing this. Thank you for creating this platform for us. Thank you for creating a safe space for these connections. I think that hit me the hardest because I was like, this is something that is necessary, because at the end of the day, it is hard when you're competing against so many incredible, talented women who all have this joint mission of just bettering the world and preparing the world for great women. And I think it's really hard to be like, okay, I'm just as good as the girl next to me, but only one of us gets the crown. And so I think this is a really amazing way for all the women in the Miss America organization to see that there is a platform and there is a space where they can put away the competition and focus just on the sisterhood and the connections and the friendships that you can make through this. So I would just have to say the responses that I've seen, it's been beautiful. And not only that, but we recently did a post about all of the past 5 Miss America's teens who we all just have so much respect for. They are absolutely incredible, including Hanley. So to see some of them actually responding to that post, resharing it to their stories, like that means a lot to us because we would all love to be in their shoes one day. So to see them even supporting it means the world.
To piggyback off of what Sophia was saying, we were actually having a conversation with this, and this is something that I keep in my conversation day to day whenever I'm doing prep and all this stuff. Something that I think a lot of people forget, and it's really easy to lose sight of, is I'll just speak for my state. I think that I'm not 100%, don't quote me on this. I think that we have officially 36 girls. So we're all going to go in, and 35 girls are not going to walk away winning, right? So you're putting in all this work for a year or maybe even longer. You're putting in all this work. State week is so fun, so exhausting too, though. And that's okay to say. It is tiring, it is draining. So are you going to walk away regretting, like putting in all this work and regretting that you didn't get a crown placed on your head? Or it's okay to be disappointed. That is also okay. But are you going to be able to walk away being grateful for what you learned and really honing in on the process? That is something that a really big mentor in my life has taught me. And she's like, Kaitlyn, this is not about a shiny hat that you get on your head at the end of this story. She's like, this is about the process and who you've become as a person. And I can confidently say that whether or not I walk away from Miss Oklahoma Week as Miss Oklahoma's teen or not, I will never regret the work that I put into it. I work all the time, but it's helped create the person that I am. And I want to foster, just like Sophia was saying, genuine relationships for people. I want these rookies to have the best first date of their life. And if I want that, sometimes it takes being the person to create that environment. And I think that's a lot also what Sisterhood Across States stands for.
I think it's hard to, sorry to cut you off.
Oh no, I was just going to say that, like, preach.
I know last year was my rookie year personally of a state competition, and that was really nerve-wracking walking into it because I was honestly like, okay, I've done a lot of prep work, but also what am I doing? Like, am I ready for this? And knowing like my videos are going to be on Pageants Live, like I would watch this, they were on there forever, like all these things are going through your head. And I think having like my miss last year, Nicole Wingard, she's an absolutely phenomenal human. And she really just helped me through so much of that week and sent me encouragement and talked me through it. And we prepped together. But without someone like that, I don't know if I would have been able to accomplish the things I did on the state level. And so I think what's really important is I've been able to recognize that had I had a resource like Sisterhood Across States last year, I think it would have been able to really help my mindset in competing for Miss Texas's teen. I mean, it's not a light work that you're doing, and it's not a small job that you're competing for. This is no small feat. It takes a village. And I think having Sisterhood Across States be a resource that can be a part of people's villages when they're competing for these titles, whether it's local or national or even state, we want to be there for you. We want to be part of your team, even if we don't know you personally, even if we're not coaching you through this, we're a part of your team and we're supporting every person, even our competitors in our states. We're here to cheer you on.
I want to know what your number one goal is for like the next foreseeable future with Sisterhood Across States.
Yeah, so I think honestly, right now, one of our main goals as we're starting it, I believe it's less than a month old right now. So we have a baby here, guys. Our goal with it really is just to see that linear growth. We want to see more girls joining. We want to see your follows and your support. And I think that what we really want to get across with that as well is we're not just here for likes and to have a massive platform as title holders to flaunt followers. That's not what we're here to do. When we see those follows come in, we understand that this is something that y'all want. This is a sisterhood that is needed and is necessary. And so I think right now, one of our main goals is just to put as much content out as possible, see the response that we're getting from that, hear from other title holders hopefully in the future. And I think definitely that if we can grow this to a great size, we'd love to see maybe some bigger projects happening there. So definitely some exciting things in the works. But I think right now we're just hoping to see a lot of growth and expansion with it, and that hopefully we can maybe start talking with other title holders and just having them share their input and what they've learned as title holders. And we started doing that with a few reels of ours. And honestly, the feedback that we've heard of just competition advice has been amazing. And I think it's helped a lot of other people. So yeah, definitely seeing that exponential and linear growth.
Definitely. Honestly, everything that Sophia was saying, again, I really just want to put it out there that like what Sophia was saying about like followers and likes, I promise you, that is never our intention. If we wanted that, we probably would have just stuck to our own social medias, continue to grow it how it is, because it does take a lot of extra work. As girls who, I mean, you heard all the aspirations that Sophia has. She works very hard. I'm taking all college classes for my senior year. There's so much going on, but we put so much effort into this because we care for this sisterhood quite literally across the states. Like whenever we have girls reaching out, whenever Sophia was saying that people were messaging, I mean, I was scrolling. I was trying to do tutoring that day, and I was just getting notification after notification. And it was because I think people genuinely see our intention behind it. And I think goals that we have in the future would be having more title holders get involved. We want as much involvement as possible. Like I said, it's a home base. I love to foster that idea of it's being a home base. It's your home. It's your safe place to come to. If you need advice or encouragement, message us. Like we may not be your coaches, but we are genuinely here for you. And I think that something that could be really cool to see in the future, once it grows, is to get other title holders involved in videos. We would love to highlight people that want to get involved or that want to share their story. Additionally, as it continues to grow and, you know, as our futures go along as title holders, I think we've talked about some really cool big projects, possibly something in person, wink, wink. Because it doesn't stop at social media. As, you know, someone who is heavily involved in it, and Sophia is too, that's still not where our life is. And we, again, genuinely love meeting people in real life. Me and Sophia have never met in real life. I don't know if anyone knows that. We've never met in real life. We've literally only communicated just like this. So I just think that there's so many opportunities for it.
I think it even would show that even more in the fact that both me and Kaitlyn have series as our personal title holders in our respective ways of highlighting the communities that we represent. I know personally for me, it's incredibly important that if I'm going to represent a city, whether it's the one I live in or one that's 20 minutes away, I want to make sure that I'm truly representing those people and that community. And so I think even both of us having these platforms and these series is where we do highlight these small businesses, these people, these entrepreneurs, whoever it may be in our community that are truly making a difference in social media. It starts and ends there. There's so many possibilities that Sisterhood Across States could take. Just to throw in once again, the Miss America opportunity. We have someone who's our second lieutenant in the Air Force. We've had a nuclear engineer. We've had so many different incredible people. And I think just all of the opportunities that you can get from Miss America, we want to also highlight that as Sisterhood Across States and show that we're highlighting all these amazing people. We're going to hopefully highlight other local title holders, just like Miss America encourages all women and empowers them all. We would hope to do the same.
That's awesome.
Yes, I love it. Every day that Sophia says, I'm like, yes, girl, sing it.
Play.
I love it.
Play is like my buzzword. I'm like, poor Kaitlyn deals with my text of just being like, play.
Eat, pray, love, slay. That's her new phrase.
I've been saying it all this week. I apologize to everyone I had an appearance with on Saturday. We were like having a great time and we had like a moment before like we went back into the appearance. I was like, guys, eat, pray, love, slay. We've got this. Let's go do it. And they were like, are we sure she's okay? But yeah, I've been saying it a lot, so bear with me.
You need a shirt that says that or something. Like you need to make it your thing.
Sisterhood Across States merch might be coming soon. If that's on a t-shirt.
Eat, pray, love, slay, baby.
That's so funny. I love it. Okay, let's see.
We are frozen a bit, but I think there we go.
We good? Awesome. I would love
Yes.
to know for both of you what your favorite sisterhood memory has been throughout your years in the Miss America opportunity.
Okay, I'll just go. I like get jittery thinking about it. So a lot of people, let me just preface this with, a lot of people will say that like, oh my gosh, the sisterhood is amazing, like you meet your best friends. And then they kind of stop there. And let me tell you guys, if you learn anything about me and Sophia, is that that's a car revving it up. If you learn anything about me and Sophia, is we're weird. Like whenever I started this, I was talking about yapping at the beginning of this, and whenever I'm with my friends in our Miss Oklahoma world, we are literally feral. We are teenage girls. Let me just say, guys, state week is so tiring, but let me tell you, we'll get deep into state week and we don't have I don't know if it's different for other states. In Oklahoma, we don't have our phones on us. We're together all day from like 6 a.m. to really late. I don't even want to think about it. And we're all together, right? So whenever they're giving us snacks and food, it's like a frenzy. And I remember it's this mealtime every freaking year. My first year, I was so hungry throughout the week, and they finally gave us spaghetti and rolls. I had like 3 bowls. This is before finals. Let me tell you, this is before finals. I had like 3 bowls of this spaghetti. We're all like, my friend Ava, I look over and her pan is going away in streaks because she's crying. Okay? It's just a table of all of this. And we all are like across, even like no matter what group you're in, we're all doing our own thing. And it's so funny. And then last year, same mealtime, I didn't get spaghetti, but I think it was like yummy chicken or something. And we're all just laying in a circle with like blankets around our heads, talking about the most random thing because we're delirious by that point. Okay. And it's so funny, and it might seem so normal in the moment, but whenever you're in such like a high competition, like, environment, it is so just relaxing to have that. It is so relaxing to be yourself. If I could encourage anyone during state week, is to, I kid you not, be yourself and you will find your people that come to you. Because whenever I was just being Kaitlyn, I had all these people that are like, oh my gosh, okay, we can chill out and be ourselves too.
The being yourself thing, guys, please and thank you. And something I will say is I've been on the other side of judging interviews before, not for a pageant, but interviews for a middle school dance competition. It's very, very high stakes, guys. Kind of a professional here.
Stakes.
But we did take it seriously. And when I did it with these sweet girls, when we were doing interviews, you could tell the girls who were like, this is who I am. I love to dance. I want a captain role. And this is just who I am. And I loved seeing that. And those were the girls I advocated for throughout the process of choosing our lieutenants and our captains and whoever it may have been. I wanted to see those girls who are authentically them. And not just authentically them in interview or on stage question, but in the dances that they performed, in the costumes that they wore, and the way that they did the choreography and what they brought to it. And I know that's a little different from Miss America, but in every phase of competition, being you is the most important. But off my tangent, I would have to say, sisterhood-wise, I've had a lot of great memories. So I'm going to have to kind of think here. I think one that just stands out was one that happened this week. So I have an incredible sister queen that I had last year, and just due to academic reasons and getting into college and everything, she had to give up her title a little bit earlier in the year before our local competition, but she had an incredible year of service. And so we just really connected. It was like an instant connection. I was so blessed to have her. And to the point where she came to Miss Texas Week. I've come to watch her and support her at different things. We just are together. She was in my hotel room chilling before finals with me. And we happened to see each other this week and just talking and catching up and posting together. And I think that just shows that when you make these friendships, they're not just going to last the week of state, and they're not just going to last for an appearance and then that's over. These friendships will last you years. And I think if you really focus on that intention, if you focus on being yourself, bringing yourself to town, like Kaitlyn said, when she was herself, people really gravitate towards that. I think that's exactly what it is. It's like when you're who you are, when you're like, this is me, this is authentic, people are going to gravitate towards that. And I honestly think that that's what they want to see in the next state title holder, in the next national title holder. They want someone who's just really them and that they're going to bring themselves to every phase of competition.
Absolutely. Something, oh, not to tangent, and then because I know we've gone off this a couple times, but that really just sparked an idea. Whenever, you know, Sophia is saying to be yourself in every area of competition, I think something that's so important to remember is it is so easy for us to see someone that we find inspiration from and, you know, want to be like that. And that is so good. Like, that is so important, so good. But whenever we talk about the importance of being yourself is, you know yourself. You know yourself, and you know whenever you might not be 100% yourself, which is okay. But I think something that's really important to remember, which I don't hear people say enough, is say you do win. Say you do win. And you have to be this person for 365 days after that. And that can be exhausting when all anyone wants for you is to be able to bring yourself to the table and they want to celebrate that. Okay, that's what the Miss America opportunity is about, is celebrating who we are individually. You know, the difference between Miss America last year and Miss America this year, so different, so powerful. And I literally like the definition of a girl boss. You know what I'm saying? But they're so different. And if one of them had tried to be like another title holder they'd seen, they probably wouldn't have won that crown. Or if they did, they would have had to have a different persona that whole year. So I think that's something really important to keep in mind, is you want to be able to be authentically yourself throughout it all.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We're like, yes, Kaitlyn.
Yes.
Tell them. There's nothing more to say. What can you say?
You left it all out there. I'm curious. I know we've talked about being yourself a lot, but is there any other advice you'd have for contestants? Maybe they're new, maybe they've kind of been veterans in the local title holder realm. What advice would you have for them?
I think honestly, and it's so cliche, but I'm going to mean it in a very honest way. Know your why and know who you are going into the competition. I think, like Kaitlyn was saying, you get inspo. I mean, listen, I have my inspo. I have my Pinterest boards, and I love them. But I understand that when I see someone or a brand do something that I love, I can't directly copy it because then I'm not being authentic to me. And as a title holder, that's at the forefront of my mission. So I say, okay, maybe I love this color that she put in there. Maybe I loved the way that she did her artwork or whatever it may be. And I can take that and make it my own. When we talk about like Miss America and style isn't just the clothes you wear, but it's also the way you present yourself and the way maybe you talk and words you use and jewelry you like and the way you post. So for me, when I'm making that style, I want to make it really specific to me. So I think the biggest thing I give to any title holder who's coming into this organization, so similar to what Kaitlyn said, is be yourself, get inspiration, make it your own, and know what is your reason for competing in this organization. Is it the service? Are you service-based? Do you have someone who you are passionate about your message and what you want to advocate for, and that's why you're here? Or maybe it is the style and the glamour that we are bringing back to Miss America. Maybe that's why you're here. Or it could be talent and you love performing and you love showing that to the world. Know what your reason is, know who you are as a person, and let it shine on stage. Don't dim your light to be like someone else, but let yours shine brighter.
Amen. Preaching for the people in the back. So good. Yes. So many things come to my head, but one was coming to my head while Sophia was talking. If I feel like the Lord's put it on the forefront of my mind, then I feel like I just got to say it. And something that I follow this girl on social media, and I hear her say this, and I think it's so profound, to take it down to a relatability level. Okay, like just being 100% real. That's a big part of who I am. I will always keep it real with people. It's a lot of part of the reason why I say be kind over being nice, because being nice is telling someone what they want to hear, and being kind is telling someone what they need to hear. Well, it's like practice what you preach, but she said, I actually say what I say because I know that I need to be practicing what I'm preaching, right? So what I'm about to say is something that like I'm really only just scratched the surface of. I really only came into it this year as Broken Arrow's teen, my 3rd year competing. It's a process. Again, it's all about the process. As I lose my train of thought. Okay, here we go. There's something so special about your brand, okay? And I would hear people say brand, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't get it. I was so overwhelmed as a title holder. And people are like, what's your brand? Or we love who you are, but we're just gonna polish you up. And then I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Polish?
Okay. I'm like, yes. Those words, what does that mean? Okay. It really goes back. I know we've talked about being yourself. It goes back to honing in on the things that make you you. What are your strengths? Okay, so I've done a strengths test and I've learned that's how I learned what my career path will be, because I know that my strengths are connecting, networking, all of these things. But it's how God has placed me in this world to be myself, right? I was competing. A little example. My last 2 years I've been competing, I've worn straight hair. That's totally okay. And a lot from my very first local ever, Ashley Robinson, she was Miss Oklahoma 3 years ago now. I had to think about it for a second. She has beautiful big curly hair, and she was like, you should wear your hair curly. And it's like, thank you so much. And again, over and over, when I won Brookside last year, my directors, bless them, I love you, Chelsea and Brittany, they were like, we really want you to wear your hair curly. And I was like, no, like, I just don't feel confident about it. I don't feel like me, right? That's why it's so important to be able to come into a place, trust the process where you can become confident in yourself to bring what you want to the table. Because then I competed at Broken Arrow with my hair big and curly. Best feedback I've ever gotten in my life. Okay. And it takes stepping out of your comfort zone to be who you really want to be. It takes understanding. It literally comes down to understanding what colors work for you. Like what do you thrive in? What do you enjoy? It goes back to fill your cup. What are you finding contentment in and joy in? Now, how do you show that to everybody else around you? And I think that's what a brand really is honing in, spending that time journaling, guys. Journaling is so good. Journaling is so good. You learn about yourself and what your aspirations are, and then you can show that to everybody else. I know this is a rambling answer, but I'm not in my Miss America interview, so I could say a little bit more here.
We have no time limit, guys.
Yes. I think that's what it means. And maybe someone else might explain it differently, but for anyone who's been told that and they don't understand and that resonates, I think that's what brand means. Me and Sophia and even Keira are all very successful, but it's because we have all honed in on what we love in our different ways, you know? And I think that is just so strong. And so many people have that potential, but they get caught in wanting to be what they think the winner should be instead of knowing that the winner is who they are authentically as themselves.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, to add to that, because me and Kaitlyn, we're going to be piggybacking a lot, as you can tell. So something that my directors have told me is like everyone has their own version of a Miss Texas teen, of a Miss America teen, of a Miss America. Who is your version? Because the judges might not pick her, and that's okay. They might like someone else's version, but be your version. And like Kaitlyn said, when she went to her last local and the feedback you received, the best interview I ever did was at Miss South Lakes Teen. And I remember I'm the most jittery person before a competition. If you see me backstage, it's bad. And I'm just like breathing, we're doing all the things. And I remember right before I went into my interview, I'm like, you've been to state, you can do this, you can just go talk to them. And I remember like right before I went, I was like, just go be yourself. Don't try and be who won. Don't try and be the last Miss South Lakes Teen. Don't try and be anyone but who you are. Because all of them were great, like Kaitlyn said, because they were themselves. And that's what made them such impeccable title holders. And so when I went to that interview, I was like, hello guys, how are we? We talked about Taylor Swift. We talked about movies and music and my favorite brands. Like it was a great time. And when it had to have those serious moments, we had it. But overall, like we had this amazing conversation because I focused on bringing Sophia to the room and not bringing pageant Sophia or who I think Miss South Lakes teen as me should be. That's a very long way to describe that, but just going and being yourself. And I think that's really what, through our videos on Sisterhood Across States, sometimes me and Kaitlyn are in our cars. Sorry if you hear my dog. He having a moment back there, clearly. But sometimes we're in our cars. Sometimes we have full makeup. Sometimes we have very little. I've done them in my backyard. Like, you can do them anywhere. And that's kind of our goal with that, is to show we're relatable, we're accessible, and we are who we are.
I love this. This is like, I don't know, especially like I've mentioned before, this is my 3rd year competing. A lot of us, we want these titles so badly, and it can be so easy to try to mold yourself into what you think that state title holder should be or what it's been in the past. But especially because it is a new day at Miss America and they're looking for that new brand, what that girl is going to look like. I really appreciate what you guys are saying here, because I feel like it's a really necessary message right now across the nation. So yeah. I love this.
This is a girls so chat, guys. This is a girls chat.
Yes, I love this.
Yes,
this is why
for the girls.
This is why
you
guys are running the account.
For the girls. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, I think I've gotten through most of my questions. I want to know where to follow you both on your personal stuff, title holder accounts, for your official page for Sisterhood Across States, everything. So let's run down.
Yeah. So for me, you can follow. Okay, so I've got a lot of different pages going on. Do what you want, but I want to obviously highlight very first Sisterhood Across States. It is just that with underscores between each word. And, I want to humbly ask for anyone who's listening for that audience. I want to humbly ask for that follow, because it's just creating a bigger opportunity for so many women. And I really see so much growth happening from this, but it has to come from you guys. Additionally, you can follow Broken Arrow. It's Miss BA's teen. Miss BA's. I think that's Miss B. I'm pretty sure it's. Let me fact check. I need a fact check before I say that, because Broken Arrow is such a long name. Yeah, it's Miss BA's teen OK _ and you'll see a lot of my pages will look the same, because I like to keep my personality throughout. You can also follow Fill Your Cup _ OK. That's where you're going to get a lot of encouragement and inspiration when it comes to everything purpose and mental health. Also, Fill Your Cup podcast. You can listen on YouTube and Spotify. I'm pretty sure Apple Music, but I'm not an Apple Music girly, so not positive. But I'm pretty sure it's on there. But yeah, so that's all me.
Yes, do go listen to the Fill Your Cup podcast. I don't have a podcast, so I am going to be like Kaitlyn's second promoter for hers. So for me, you, of course, Sisterhood Across States as well. At Miss South Lakes Teen TX is where you can find my official title holder page. And then I also have Connecting to Community, which is just the personal-ish page for my CSI. So that's a lot more social media, technology-related content there. And then Miss South Lakes Teen TX is where you can get all of my different things I do, events. A lot of sponsor stuff is going on right now in Texas, and just prep for Miss Texas Teen. So, and like Kaitlyn said, please go follow Sisterhood Across States. Come join the party. Come join the sisterhood. It's a party over there. I mean, you can tell it's two girlies having the branding, because I said pink. I said pink is it's what's happening. So it's a pink party over there.
I said, you do the logo, pink is the color. Okay. Mm-hmm. We literally, one of our last videos we put out, we created like 3 different posts just to announce that we have a sisterhood playlist. Okay, on Spotify. Like, you go on there, you can find the link in our bio, and you can save. We have it for girls have messaged saying that they it's their shower playlist now, that it's their working out playlist. Like, you just gotta come join the party.
It's America Fit, guys.
Oh yeah.
Like, we have everything for you. I mean, like, I'm in a big study mode right now. You can do that. You're doing paperwork for Miss America. Listen to the podcast and to the Spotify.
I love it.
We're just plugging it all. Honestly, we're like, guys, please give us attention.
I need to go
And let's
check out
see
the
Imagine with Keira
playlist.
podcast too, guys. We're gonna plug Keira for her.
Yeah, look at Keira go, literally highlighting all. Okay, pause. Let me shameless plug on you really quick, because I found out who you are because of my mom, because my mom is just as much of a stalker as I am. And she was like, this girly is doing podcasts with literally everybody, all the state title holders. And let me say, I followed you. I saw you at Miss America's
You're
scene.
so
You were living
sweet.
your best life. Like, I want to say, like, I'm proud of you as someone who doesn't know you, that, like, your brand is shining
you.
through. You are doing
Yep.
so good. How, like, humble of you to want to talk to other girls and, like, promote them. Like, you literally just sat
Thank
on
you.
a call with us for over an hour.
I'm having a blast, by
Like-
the way. You guys are so fun.
Well, I'm glad, but I want you to know that too, and whether or not people are still on it by this point, like, please give Keira
might
love,
have
because
scared
look at
people
everything
away.
she's doing.
I just adore you guys. You're the sweetest. And this is what the Sisterhood's about. And I'm so
Yeah.
excited that you're providing this platform to really show everybody that it is a sisterhood. It's real. It's not fake. And it's providing so much for everybody. So this is amazing.
Yeah.
And I want to provide a
Me
chance
and
for
Keira
both of you.
did hang out at America's
We did.
Teen, just to add that. We met Hanley together, so it was pretty cool.
So they're basically
Um,
those girls. They are that girl because they met that girl at
No,
Hanley.
but
so cool.
I love seeing like just the three of us. I mean, guys, we're all from different states, all different
Yes.
walks of life, but like the fact that we're all able to come together, like the friendships that can be made. Join Miss
Yes.
America. Just saying.
Join the Miss America opportunity, will change your life.
Absolutely.
Well,
I love it. Okay, I want to give a chance for both of you if you have anything else going on that you want a shameless plug that's not social media wise. Feel free to take it away.
I think, you know, we're in the throes of Miss Texas prep, and so my mind was like ad pages. But I'm not going to request ad page money from y'all. But just so y'all know, my brain right now is like paperwork, ad pages, sponsorships, best of Texas. So I would
she's
have
not
to-
lying. Oh, she's not
No.
lying. Let's be so for real, because as we talk on relatability and keeping it real, I was telling Sophia last night, I was like, listen, we're in the trenches of Miss America season, because it is paperwork season. It is getting everything finalized. Not that that is not fabulous, but we're gonna be so for real, that is tiring. It is a lot to do. And I am going on wearing full face every day, not lashes. I haven't put on lashes in a while. It's making my eyes look really big. But like I usually have like fine skin, and now I'm like having all these problems. I'm like, fabulous, nothing I'd rather have. You know, we're trying to work out all the time because we're trying to stay #Miss America fit. Like, it is okay to keep it real. It's okay to be struggling in this season, guys. Like, you're almost there. We're almost past all the deadlines, coming up soon. I don't know how it is in every state. I know some girls have had their state competitions already, but for all the girlies who had their competitions spring, summer, early fall, we're with ya.
Yes. The work is worth it. I'll just add to that, because
work
I
is
know
worth
last
it.
year I was like, this is crazy. Like, I have to and it's also like you're trying to think of like your fun facts and these things about yourself and who do I want to bring to the competition and who am I going to try and be. And so I will tell y'all, the work is worth it, because once you're up on that stage, no matter where you place, no matter if you place or not, no matter if you get the crown or not, once you have done it, getting just even to watch back the videos or look at the photos or whatever it may be, you're like, yeah, that was all worth it. That was great. I will do it again. I mean, we're crazy enough to come back, aren't we? Like, it's
we've
the
all
work that you
come
put in.
back.
We've all come
We've
back.
all come back. So I think that's a testament. And like Sophia was saying, the work really does pay off, because then you're
Yes.
able to get there. And the ability, I mean, I wasn't even able to do this as much last year because I wasn't even in the same headspace. But the ability to go in and relax and be yourself and be Keira or be Sophia or be Kaitlyn or whoever you are is so rewarding. So then you get to walk into your interview like that. You get to model your fitness and evening gown like that. You get to answer your onstage question and do your talent and be able to walk away. And I think a great way to wrap it up. I think that me and Sophia have given all the encouragement we can. But I think a great way to wrap it up is, again, your why. Knowing who you are. The majority of the girls aren't going to walk away with the crowd. So the majority of the girls still going to have a good experience and, you know, taking that in for yourself. But yeah, we love you all. Thanks for, listening.
Thank you for having us,
Of
Keira.
course,
Yeah.
I feel so inspired right now. Like, I have to go to an English class after this, and I'm just going to be like floating on a cloud. So I know everybody that's listening to this is going to be feeling so inspired by both of you as well. And go follow Sisterhood Across States. I cannot preach enough. I cannot wait to see all that you guys do with this new platform. And best of luck to both of you at your state competitions coming up within the next few months. Fingers crossed.
Thank you, too.
I would love to see you both on the Miss America's teen stage soon. So we'll see.
I think
so
three of
much.
us.
Three of us?
Shall
That would
we
be so.
say a
Oh my
little
goodness.
Charlie's Angels
reunion.
moment?
We'll see. That'd be so cool. Well, again,
Yeah.
best of luck for everything. Cannot wait to watch the rest of your journey, and can't wait to share this with everybody.
Yeah.
Thank
you so
you.
much for
Thank
having us
y'all.
again.
I'll see
Bye.
ya. Bye. I just love them. They're so sweet, and I'm so grateful that they've started this, and that I'm able to share what they're doing with everybody else. The sisterhood of the Miss America opportunity is something that I'm forever grateful for, and it looks like they are as well. And I really hope to see them on the Miss America and Miss America's teen stage someday. So thank you, ladies, and maybe I'll see you around soon. If you enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to subscribe on YouTube, follow me on Spotify. You can also follow me on TikTok at BlondieVix, Instagram at Imagine with Keira. Keira is spelled Keira, or on my official title holder page, which is Miss Fresno County's Teen. And you can also find me on Facebook at Keira Bixler, I believe. So thank you so much. If you or someone you know would like to be the next guest on the Imagine with Keira podcast, feel free to reach out. My email is Imagine with Keira. Keira, again, is Keira @gmail.com. And thank you so much for joining me today. Be water, my friend. I am Keira Bixler, and this is Imagine with Keira.